Okay, this new guitar. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I'd do one with a actual brand new guitar. This is a 2022 Gibson SG Tribute, which means cheap. Tribute is the more affordable Gibson line of stuff. I have a Tribute double cutaway Les Paul Special, which I like a lot. It's great. It's nice and light. It's sturdy. It's simple. And believe it or not, that's pretty much what these are. What sets the Tributes apart from the other ones like the Specials and the Standards and the Customs is these have maple necks. The rest of them generally, with few exceptions, have mahogany necks. Mahogany is lighter, so mahogany is also weaker. So if the guitar falls over, mahogany neck's more likely to break. And also if you're moving around, the guitar is more likely to flex and play out of tune a little bit if you're one of these extremely active guitar players who likes to jump around a lot. Like Pete Townsend, yeah, he broke a lot of these things. So the plus to the Tribute line is that, number one, doesn't cost that much money. Number two, the maple neck makes it a lot more stable, a lot more durable. Kind of like a Fender. The other thing that's cool about 2022 is that they went back to a one-piece mahogany body. It's not a bunch of pieces glued together like cheap guitars. It's a solid one-piece body. I was shocked. I looked it over really, really carefully to find a seam, and there wasn't one. So that is a really good value when you're spending, you know, bottom dollar, at least bottom Gibson dollar. It's still not that cheap. These things are the victim of inflation like everything else, and now they're up to almost $1,200, $1,190 some odd dollars. But what I did to get into one of these things cheaply is I looked on eBay, and there's a company called the Stratosphere, and they sell these as husks. And a husk is just the wooden part. No tuners, no pickups, no bridge. All the stuff to mount the bridge and tailpiece is drilled, and the place for the tuners is drilled as well. And it's drilled to accept stuff like Grovers, you know, with the bigger shaft. And I happen to have all the parts needed to build this up. So for me, getting the husk was great because it wasn't that much money. It was $495 plus shipping and tax. So instead of paying $1,200, I paid $495 and just looked in my drawers full of parts and put it together. But I didn't actually do the assembly. I sent it off to Mark's Guitar Repair in Logan, Utah, and I had him do it because, well, he's the best. And that way, I know I would have a guitar that would play in tune, no buzzing frets, have a really professional, top-notch, roadworthy setup on it. So, yeah, I give him props because he made an SG that really plays in tune, rings out everywhere up and down the neck. And honestly, there aren't very many SGs out there like that. That's why people buy them and sell them. I have bought and sold many SGs. Some of them are like the Holy Grail 1961 SGs. I've had an SG Les Paul Custom, I've had an SG Les Paul Standard, and an SG Les Paul Junior, all from 1961. And I had a 1963 SG Special. And all those guitars, they were pretty cool, but I sold them because, well, it was hard to play in tune on them, no matter what. Whereas this, with a nice stable maple neck and with the good setup done by Mark, the medium jumbo frets, Grover tuners. Well, it's probably not perfectly in tune, but trust me, when it's in tune, it stays there and it's real stable. So, okay, that is the neck pickup. You notice it's kind of bright. Well, the thing to do when you get one of these all mahogany, well, not all mahogany, but mahogany bodied SGs, it's not like a Les Paul with a maple cap on it, is you really want to get pickups that have a lot of clarity. So if you get overwound, you know, real hot pickups, these things sound bad. They sound real muddy. The pickups don't you know, you can switch between the pickups and there's not that much difference. Whereas this, that's the neck pickup. Bridge pickup, very different. Both pickups. Very distinctive sound between the pickups. So these are, I was lucky, I had a set of really nice pickups. These are Singer & Duncan Antiquities, and they're, you know, in a 7,500 to 8,000 ohm range. So look for stuff like that if you're going to build up an SG. Don't get super hot, you know, burst bucker 3s or something like that, because it is just not going to make you happy. You can always dial in more distortion with your amp if you want, but you want to start out with clarity on the guitar for sure. And yeah, this guitar is surprisingly good. It's actually probably better than most of the other SGs I've had, and I've had some really spectacular collector pieces, but you know, collector piece doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's somebody's going to pay a lot of money for it. I mean, I know, I did. And then when I got rid of them, somebody else paid what I paid for them, pretty much. So these things, yeah, if you can find one on eBay from the Stratosphere, it's the SG Tribute. And they do go on sale. You know, just make sure it's a 2022 one with a maple neck. If you get an older Tribute, it might have a mahogany neck. And I can't really tell you about those because I've never owned one, but I have owned a lot of SGs with mahogany necks, and it's a really different animal. This is a really good usable instrument you can really beat up and feel confident about, whereas an all mahogany neck SG, they're kind of delicate, you know? You breathe on them and they crack. I mean, you just have to be really careful with them. So yeah, you want something that's not super delicate, but it's an actual SG, so you can do your Angus Young or Frank Zappa or Eric Clapton or, you know, anybody who played the heck out of an SG and got that sound. It's a different sound than Les Paul. It's more mids. It's not quite the same sparkling highs and range of a Les Paul, but it's still, it's something, obviously. It's pretty much the iconic 70s sound. So, yep, that's pretty much about all I have to say about this thing. Yeah, I didn't do any videos for a while because a lot of stuff was happening, and I had COVID, which wasn't bad. I was really fortunate. I had a very mild case of it, but it lasted almost 2 weeks, and so that kind of kept me away from it. The other thing is I wanted to get a microphone before I did another video so I don't drive people crazy with very quiet talk and then harshly loud guitar. Like people with headphones were getting their ears blown off whenever I'd start playing. So this hopefully has a better balance. And I will try and improve the quality of my videos now that it looks like some people are watching them. So yeah. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much.